Yeah. Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
What's good? What's good, y'all? What's it like tonight? I'm feeling good, up in my hood, chilling like a villain. Yeah, actually, I'm not the villain. I fight villains. Sometimes more than I like to, but I do. You see this dude right here? See this dude right here? Right here. In the picture. he messed around and found out. Let's tune in for a minute. Let's messed around, found out.
Today was the first day of testimony in the trial of a man accused of killing a transgender woman in Highland Park.
But the proceedings ended abruptly when the defendant fell asleep. CBS News Detroit's Andres Gutierrez joins us from 30th District Court with what exactly happened in that courtroom.
Well, before this morning's proceedings got underway, the defendant, Carlos Scotland, was talking to his attorney, mouthing something to someone in the gallery. But once the first witness took the stand, well, he couldn't stay awake.
Mrs. Scotland, are you okay?
Many in the courtroom saw this as pure disrespect.
Is your client still awake?
Carlos Scotland dozing off as the lead investigator recounted the inconsistencies during his interrogation of the 18-year-old charged with the June 2023 murder of Asia Davis at the Woodward Inn.
Inconsistency. That is one of my favorite words, y'all. I love that word. I love it. I do a lot of that too. I look for inconsistencies. Y'all should have left.
Defendants ever suggest that there was some type of altercation in the room?
Yes.
And when you look at that picture, sir, is there anything that would suggest there was a struggle or altercation in that room?
Not at all.
MSP Detective James Plummer says Scotland eventually admitted to shooting Davis.
Yeah, when your inconsistencies catch up with you, you finally admit it. But by then it's too late. You know? Kind of reminds me of this.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Always trying to ice skate a bill. Like this.
I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant.
Always trying to ice skate a bill.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail. Period.
Should have left black women alone. Should have just left them alone. Should have left everybody alone. Should have just minded your own business. Should have just minded your own business. By the way, this is basically, you know, kind of something I'm shooting out to all my day ones. This is really kind of a non-topic. People be trolling. Look at this dude, all asleep. And they try to talk smack.
And the pot calls the kettle black.
That's right, fools.
And the pot calls the kettle black.
That's right, fools. You should have left black women alone. You should have left them alone. This is what I'm going to be doing soon. Yeah. Oh, man. And then y'all going to be going like this. Fellas, you're going to be like this. This is what you fellas going to be like.
We need to start advocating for men who want to be with men. I understand the impulse, brothers. I do. But our women are not showing us. I don't care what they say. What are the women showing?
Women don't owe you anything, especially when you abandon like Kitten and Hill's Kevin Samuels. May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. What else I got in here? I'm just playing shit just to make an exit. You know, I'm just playing shit just so you get you get it. You get it. To all those ops out there, and I don't make these kind of videos much. All those ops out there, you should have left black women alone. Let black women handle black women shit. You dudes are out here killing each other. Deleting each other every hour. Literally every hour. Bong, 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 bong. And you're worried about women. And you can't even control your own temper. That's crazy. You know why I'm showing all these courtrooms. There we go. He's going in to get the verdict of what happened to him. Let me keep it going. Here we go. Die Rich in the house. DJ, did you believe that we should start calling trans people women so that black men can live their black men in peace? So let's, that's genius. Die Rich, that is absolutely genius. They don't have to worry about, not getting that male culturing, or what is it, the word? I'm sorry. Nurturing. Men can nurture men. That is perfect.
Ma'am, this is case number 1908817.
Wait, let me pause that for a minute. I need to get some more volume on this. I want you to see what happens when dudes just don't act right.
State of Michigan versus Devin Robinson. This matter is here for a jury trial in progress. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I please court Jamie Powell Horowitz for the people, 67466.
Good morning, Your Honor. Evan Callahan, 30164.
Mr. Robinson, please stand and state your name for the record.
Devin Robinson.
And good morning.
Who's too big, bro?
Court received a note at 10:06 a.m. indicating that the jury has reached a verdict. You bring the jury out.
All rise for the jury.
Uh-oh, you about to get it. See, he's there because he didn't leave black women alone, and he thought he could get away with it. There's a lot of people who think like that. They think they can get away with it. They think they're the smartest ones in the room. They think they're the genius and they have it all figured out. They think that they can slip little lies and shit. Oops, I said shit. Shit, I said it again. Damn. That's a damn dude. Anyway, they think they can get away with stuff. Yeah, I saved myself that time. And then they end up like this dude right here. I call that the Diddy position.
You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court has received a note indicating that you've reached a verdict. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Madam Clerk? Will the fourth person please stand and state your seat number for the record?
Juror number one?
Listen closely.
And has the jury indeed reached a verdict?
Yes.
How do you find the defendant, Devin Robinson, as to count 1, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis?
We find the defendant guilty.
They found the defendant guilty. Effing around and finding out ends one way, and that's no doubt. Go ahead and scream and shout. But when you get in court, you ain't got no clout.
How do you find the defendant as to count 2, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard?
Guilty.
And as to count 3, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron?
Guilty.
As to count 4, assault with intent to murder, Clifton Blair Keys?
Guilty.
This is what you Manosphere dudes make. Monsters like this. Diddy, you allowed him to do that. You all know who he was doing that.
As to count 5, assault with intent to murder, Armand Matthews.
Guilty.
As to count 6, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Alante Davis.
Guilty.
As to count 7, felony firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Timothy Blanchard.
Guilty.
Guilty, 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 guilty. Unless you opt out. If you opt out, I'm innocent. Let me opt out and let me make everybody think I'm innocent. Let me go to YouTube and lie to them and tell them I'm innocent. That's not the way it works, fellas. This dude probably had the same thing. He probably opted out of some shit too.
That's to count 8.
He's definitely going to be opting out of society soon.
Firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, homicide, first degree, premeditated, Paris Cameron.
Guilty.
Has to count 9.
So, I mean, that's the weird thing that I always want to ask these people when they think like this. Is like, really, was it worth it? I mean, really? I mean, what made you just continue to make your own life a mess? You know, it's just crazy to me. You know, maybe this is it. Maybe this is why.
You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Sir, you have a TV on or music?
I just cut it off.
Okay, you just cut it off. All right. You ready? Your name is Christopher?
It is.
Christopher, where you calling me from, boo?
Uh-oh.
I am in Texas.
Texas, how old are you?
How old am I? 37.
37. What you do for a living?
I have a hair salon.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm co-owner of a hair salon.
Okay, co-owner of a hair salon. Do you have any kids?
Actually, I was going to say he does hair, but that's close enough.
Yes, I do, too.
How old are your 2 kids?
16 and 15.
Both by the same woman?
No.
2 women?
He laughed. He was like, no, I'm a bandit.
Have you ever been married?
No.
You had 2 women pregnant at the same time?
No, not at the same time. Hold on, I'm trying to get my tripod.
Or a year apart? Your kids are a year apart.
A year apart. Well, it really is longer than that. My son is about to be 17, and my daughter just turned 15.
Exactly, Dyrich. Keep listening, Dyrich. It's gonna get good. Here we go.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign, Christopher?
I'm a Leo.
Leo. You situated?
I just got my tripod. I had to go upstairs to get it. So
Okay, put it together so we can sit down and get into these questions.
Okay. I'll probably go up here.
Damn, dude. Come on.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So we got Christopher, Texas, 37, Leo, co-owner over here salon, dad of 2 by 2 women. Have you ever been married?
I haven't.
Never married. All right, what kind of woman are you looking for now, Christopher?
We discussed this before.
I don't remember.
I was on your show in February, so I am looking for a man, actually.
Oh, some people cause it in the comment section.
He's coming out. He wants the world to know. He wants to let it show. So he was been living that down low lifestyle, made 2 women pregnant, got 2 babies, and irresponsibly, of course. Now he wants to live. Now he's coming out, and good for him. Good for him. He's coming out. It's too late. I mean, he messed up 4 lives, actually, when you think about it. And with no intention. And Dyrich, you nailed it when you said, DJ, do you believe that we should start calling trans people or down low men. We can't leave the down low men out of the mix. You know, trans people, women, so that black men can love their man in peace. Yeah. And or, you know, a man who comes out, you know, give him respect for that. That this is why they do all that weird shit. Ladies, you know, when guys are trying to like strike your channel and shit. Ladies, when guys are messing with you, insulting you, that's because of this right here.
And maybe I made the same mistake the first time. When did you start dating men? You have 2 kids by 2 women.
They love men. They love each other. Who are they camaraderie with? Who are they camaraderie with? It ain't women. Men don't even know how to camarade with women. They don't know how to interact with women anymore. Maybe never did. That's why the manosphere is such a big thing. That's why it's probably the biggest black male channel network on social media. Because at the end of the day, these dudes just want to be with their men. I say, go for it. Fellas, just leave the women alone. That's all. Leave women alone.
It's been a while. I'm a single parent. It's been over 10 years. I guess.
And he's calling himself a single parent. Let's see.
You were gay when you conceived your kids?
Thank you.
No.
I got to rewind that. Sometimes Kendra hits it right on the spot. She really does. Here, listen.
Over 10 years. I guess.
So do you think you were gay when you conceived your kids?
No.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't act natural under pressure in the house. He didn't think he was GAY. And I guarantee you, he was probably the first one to go out there and say some homophobic slur or something like that. I bet he was the first one when he was trying to be, you know, straight when he wasn't. Yeah. Should have left black women alone. Should have left them 2 black women alone. Now you got 2 kids. All because you were trying to find your own sexuality. That's a shame.
I didn't think, with my daughter, yes. Me and her mother were friends. I was actually how I met her. I think I was dating one of her friends, her homeboy. So that's a long story.
What? So his woman that he had a kid with was dating one of her homeboys, not homegirls. So he was literally cheating with a dude. Getting bussed in, you know. He's getting bussed out. This is what happens with men. This is how our community got the way it was. Dudes like this.
Wait,
hold on. You was dating your daughter's mother's homeboy?
Right.
And then you met her?
I did. Yeah.
So you weren't gay then when you met, or bisexual?
Yeah, with my daughter. My daughter's
So
wait, he's not making this, he's not explaining it right.
How did that work? So real quick, are you bisexual? Is that what we call it?
Not anymore. I told you before that really
not anymore. He's just straight up GAY now. Hey, at least I respect that more than somebody being down low. So I give him that much respect.
Matter. Females mostly hit me up. And I was on your show in February. So
okay, just real quick. And whatever you told me before, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Die Rich, I don't know where you brought. Yes, these men do. But also I found out in real life, I saw somebody was trying to kick out some loopholes just, recently, to be honest with you. And I caught that shit. I was like, oh yeah, I see what's going on here. Okay. Let me, I can see you move your chess piece. My turn. My turn.
I was saying, I basically said that females were, would still try to talk. Females are going to be the ones that reach out to me. And it was like out of maybe 1,000 follows and messages and all that, maybe 10 were dudes and the rest were females.
So are you open to females or is it men only?
Men only.
Okay, so you're saying 900
I
and
can't believe, it hurts my heart. It really does to see that they know, these women knew, women knew who he was. Come on now. I don't know if he the last time he was on the show, he held it in more, but he is like flaming on fire here. So he said 1,000. Let's say he was exaggerating. Let's say there was only like 300. That's way too many for a guy who is not. It's not about him being GAY. It's about him just simply not being interested in you in the way that you would want. He's not going to be loyal. Don't you understand? That's what part of the reason why men are not loyal to anyone. Look, they're not loyal to, they weren't even loyal to the Little Mermaid. And what'd she do? She was just a little mermaid. Holly was just a little mermaid, and dude just treated her like nothing. I mean, we definitely are going to do another Wookiees and Weiweis instead of Pookies and Ray Rays. Because I need to, at least if I'm going to endorse divesting or opening up your options or both, I need to make sure that the Wookiees and the Ray Rays, Weiweis, just like the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Basically, there's Pookies come in all shades and colors and sizes and shapes. That's all I'm saying. Yep, Direct hit it perfectly. He dog walked her. That's why they care about the low body count so much. Bars.
ID ladies reached out to you, and only 10 men reached out to you.
Yeah,
but that's why Diddy was probably so popular. He's probably very popular in the down low, violent down low, genre.
You said on that live that you wanted men only too?
I did.
Wow, the ladies still reached out to you.
Yeah.
It's a man shortage, child. They trying to get a man child.
Yeah, I guess so. But with telling females, I tell them all the time, I would ask, so I crack a joke. I'm like, when they try to talk to me, I'm like, oh, you have a boyfriend? They're like, oh no, I don't have anybody. I'm like, oh, well, we looking for the same thing. Like, I'm looking for a boyfriend. I want the same thing. And they still don't. They're like, oh, I can change you. I'm like,
oh my God. I think really that's the core concern I have. I cannot, I'm going to have another ladies' night because there's nothing I can say about that. But that's just a level of thirstiness where you're chasing after a man who just isn't into women. That's really, I can tell you right now, I'm not here to, that's just bad. Let me just say that.
This is not my first go around. I have kids, so it's no changing. You don't have the magic vagina. It's not going to change me, but they still try. So.
Oh, child. Okay. Well, let's be clear, ladies. He don't want no vagina. So if you got a vagina, that's not what he's looking for. He's looking for the opposite of vagina. So Christopher, Texas, 37, Leo, co-owner over here, salon, daddy too, but men only.
Just so you know, it's not really being lost, but being confused really, really makes men do things that are detrimental to everyone, including themselves. That's why they do the weird stuff they do. If you ask yourself, why are they doing this to me? Why are they doing this to me? Because they don't know themselves. This guy, he's almost 40. He still doesn't know himself.
So what kind of man are you looking for?
Motivated. Motivated, driven, has something going on with themselves. That's really it. I'm attracted to motivation. That's really it.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
I don't want to say broke, but just don't have anything going on with themselves. No motivation. Marijuana, that's the deal breaker. What else? A liar, cheat, all of that stuff.
That's where the funny. Let me. I gotta cue her up. Here we go.
And the pot calls the kettle black.
Remember now, he had 2 kids 1 year apart and cheated on his ex-woman with another dude. I mean, that's just,
And the pot calls the kettle black.
It's crazy.
No,
A hoe?
You're right. That.
Those men that are hoes.
Yes. Does this look blurry? It looks kind of blurry.
No, it looks clear. You're fine.
Okay.
Okay, should he look a certain way?
Honestly, no. I really don't have a certain type. No. Well, I don't like them taller than me. I don't like that. I like short, so it gives you room because I'm tall. I'm 6'5", so yeah, shorter than me.
Oh, you're 6'5" and you don't want no vagina, child. You can have your person in 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I got one more relationship in me, and then I'm gonna do what the Bible says and settle down. Might get a woman.
Wait.
Did you just hear that? That's how these dudes be messing with y'all. Do what the Bible says and might get a woman. That's how they think. This is how they all think. He's just expressing himself like a lot of men in our community feel. That's all you're seeing an exaggerated version of how Pookie and Ray Ray really think in their mind. They want a dude. That's why most the men are so, are so promiscuous, and they don't see women as anything else but supply. That's it. I hate to tell you, but that's just what's going on. Of course, not each and every single man in our community, no, but large enough that you're bumping into them every day. Large enough that you're bumping into them every day. Large enough number that you are going to bump into them every day. So the not all theory, you don't want to worry about that BS because it's true. It's not all. Of course not. But enough that you're going to be bumping into them every day.
Hey, you got one more relationship and then you're going to go back to women?
One more man. And I always crack jokes with, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. A trans man, I will.
There you go. Rich, you nailed it. Rich, you nailed it. Word Simon. Rich said she said this a long time ago, like 30 minutes ago. Rich broke it down and said, DJ, do you believe that we should start calling trans people women so that black men can love their man in peace, so less black women get hurt? And I'm like, Bars. There he is. There it is.
I would like a trans man. That would be nice.
A trans man. Okay.
At least he's honest about it, because this is what happened when men who do want trans women, this is what happens to them. Let me go forward.
Alani Houston knew her friend Islam Nettles from New York's Vogue and ballroom scene. The competition started decades ago as a much-needed escape from the realities of life.
An arrest tonight, 18 months after the hateful attack of a transgender woman in Harlem.
Islam Nettles was called names and then beaten. She died a few days later, but now a man faces manslaughter charges in her death.
Look at him, wait.
James,
look at him. Don't he look like he looks straight, right? He looks straight, right?
Dixon admitted to the police that he'd beaten Nettles to death. He said he'd been drinking that night and had just met her for the first time.
So what part of, Cynthia G's theory isn't correct? What part of Cynthia G's theory isn't correct? She said, what she said that's not right? I want somebody to come up and, debate with me. Come on.
I happened to cross the street, thinking that two other people were female, which they weren't, and we engaged in conversation. And I guess a friend of mine must have realized, that was a guy instead of a girl. And he yelled out, what it was. As I pushed away, trying to leave, I guess he must have pushed back, while I was drunk. So I got enraged, and then I attacked.
The punches knocked Nettles over. She fractured her skull and her eye socket. At a hospital, she was declared brain dead, and days later, she was taken off life support.
To me, it just sounded like it was something that he just came up with, Or maybe you did know she was trans, and maybe you did like her, and maybe you just didn't like the fact that your buddies didn't think that was cool. But you'll have a lot of...
Yep. Nailed it.
Straight men that'll fetishize trans women and want to have sex with them and want to do these things behind the scenes or late at night or behind closed doors.
Exactly. So at least the guy on Kendra's show, he came out, though he did destroy a couple lives by manufacturing two broken homes. But this dude right here, hard looking and everything, he's GAF. He just didn't want to. He didn't want to admit it, and that's what makes him. That's one of the reasons why he was so violent.
I don't go around be bashing people. I don't care about what they do, but I just didn't want to be fooled. I took a lot of my power at stake.
Dixon wasn't charged with a hate crime. It's not going to happen again. Though Islam's mother campaigned unsuccessfully for her.
Exactly. Act natural under pressure. Leave people the F alone. That's the thing. That's the funny thing.
That does not happen again. You understand me? I want justice.
Instead, he carved out a deal with prosecutors, pleading guilty to manslaughter for a sentence of 12 years, rather than the recommended 17, thanks to a legal strategy called the gay and trans panic defense.
What is the trans panic defense?
It's when a jury is asked to find that the gender or sexual orientation of a victim is the cause for their assault, including their murder. It is not a standalone.
That sounds like more of a hate crime to me. That should have been more years.
Legal defense, but it's used with other defenses at trial. And it's not a complete bar to criminal liability, but it's used as part of the story that the defendant is telling at trial to explain their actions. In these cases, people are assaulted, they're murdered, and their assailant then gets to say, I lost control because of you. I committed these heinous acts because of who you are intrinsically. We don't have this defense for cisgender people or heterosexual people. We don't say, oh, your heterosexuality made me kill you.
The American Psychiatric Association doesn't believe that gay panic even exists as a mental condition.
And that's the funny thing. Usually I find that people who accuse other peoples of hate are the ones who have the hate in their hearts. That's the crazy part. Anyway, let me keep it going for a little bit longer.
But the defense has been around for almost 100 years and is still allowed in 44 states. Dixon's case brought attention to it, but when we met with him, his story had changed from what he told the cops.
I mean, I really wasn't in a sober mind, you know, I was intoxicated. And I just happened to fall as I ran across the street and we just collided and everything just went wrong.
You just bumped into her?
Yeah.
The version of events that everyone else there, including yourself, at one point have said is that you're walking down the street, you got into chatting to Isla Nettles, you believed that she was a woman, you were hitting on her, and someone told you that she was a man. At that point, you got extremely angry. You asked her if she was a man, and you beat her.
No, that don't even sound. That really...
Here comes the lie. And that's the thing. You know what I've learned is like we don't catch on sometimes in our community. We don't catch on to the point where everybody knows you lying. They don't catch on. And that's why they wonder why, damn, you know, why didn't that work on them or something? You know what I mean?
Sound to you. You hand.
I mean, it sounds a lot more realistic than you tripping into someone and then beating someone to death. You don't beat someone to death unless you have some real emotion behind it.
No, not at all.
Either way, he's a monster. So I mean, whether he beat somebody, to heaven, because he's just naturally a violent person and needs to be in jail, or he has a shitty reason, he should be in jail. Let's just leave it one way or the other. And that's it.
Attack people for no apparent reason. It just happened. Wrong place at the wrong time.
Did you hear his excuse? He's not the only one who thinks like this. Natural under pressure. All the pill dudes really need to come out of the closet. They sure do. They sure do. They just need to just get it over with. You know, they will be much happier, you know. Change their emblem, you know. Wear a rainbow hat and everything. Just let it go, fellas. I'll still respect you. In fact, I'll respect you more that you came out. I'll respect you more than you came out. And I guarantee you won't feel as angry as you do right now. Because when you find your reality, whatever it is, you accumulate more times of peace because you are now watching yourself in the mirror and accepting what you see.
Being with the wrong people.
We've been writing letters to each other, and in the letters you wrote, I'm attracted to females and females only.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Like for someone like yourself. You're female. You're very attractive.
Thank you. I don't think we need to get into that. Why is it important for you that you tell this version of events?
Because that's what actually happened that night. So nothing in them statements and those videos.
You see how it's amazing how this mindset can just tell bald-faced lies. You know, it's amazing to me. The thing is this, I guarantee you, he's got a history of DV to go with this too. I guarantee you, I will put money down that he has a history of DV as well. Yep, y'all do. You guys know what I'm talking about. You fellas know what I'm talking about. History of DV.
Yes, was true.
Critics of the gay and trans panic defense say it lets defendants like Dixon change their stories and manipulate the facts to escape accountability. But Dixon is one of the last
Accountability is not something that they do good when they're in the red pill.
New Yorkers to actually use it. The state banned it last month.
This bill is dedicated to the memory of Matthew Shepard and Islam Nettles, two proud members of the LGBT community who were murdered and whose sexual orientation and gender identity and expression was used against them. I vote aye.
Someone being trans doesn't excuse you from murdering someone. You know, like you're taking someone's life. Like this is a human being.
Ladies and gentlemen, let it be known.
Let me pause it right there. I think you get my point. This is 2/3. I guarantee you, this is 2/3 of the Manosphere. 2/3 of the Manosphere. 2/3. 2/3. Sonya Sweat in the house. And since we're talking about down low men, let me put on somebody here. Let me fast forward.
And I decided to come on at midnight.
Okay.
Y'all get in here, hit that like button for me.
Shout out to Pam.
And waiver of claims. And
here we go. Pam is talking about Russell Simmons.
Told them that they had to refile it. They had a certain amount of time to.
Russell Simmons $3 million settlement. Yeah, I know somebody else who should throw up a settlement too. Because I caught them red-handed. Caught them red-handed. Caught them red-handed several times. I got so many receipts. Some of you probably won't even know what I'm talking about. Some of you will. I got so many receipts. It's like, man, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I got options. You know, it feels good when you got options and stuff. You know, it's like, wait a minute. I just need a little bit, and then I just bet. No, here we go.
Hi, girl. Okay. Y'all get in here, hit that like button for me. You know, we just, out here doing night court at midnight. That's all. Hey, everybody. I see y'all coming in. Yes, please. Jennifer, what you doing up this late? Yeah, hit that like, share, subscribe to the channel. Okay. So we briefly, I want to say, it's been a while since we talked about Russell Simmons. I think it was around the same time that all of these lawsuits was like hitting, and we were like, it was like everybody was getting, Diddy kept getting them. Then you had Aaron Hall, we had Eric Adams, we had Jamie Foxx, we had Russell Simmons. It was a lot of them that came out around the same time. So
and Pam, remember that was just right after R. Kelly got his little action.
Russell Simmons, one of the only cases that I really was following was with Drew Dixon. So Drew Dixon is currently in litigation, and what actually made me think about Russell Simmons was today, Deb was saying that he was listening to the Ricky Smiley morning show, and they were discussing something about, I guess they were trying to serve Russell Simmons to do a deposition, and he's not showing up. And my response was, Russell Simmons is probably arguing that they don't have jurisdiction over him. I don't know. Like, I thought it was interesting that somebody flew to Bali in order to serve him the complaint in the first place. But I was just talking off the top of my head. I hadn't really looked at the case. So I said that's probably what they're arguing, is that the Southern District of New York does not have jurisdiction over him because he's no longer domiciled there. He's in Bali.
Yep, see, that's what happens. When that paper starts coming up, them dudes get on those planes, don't they? They get on them planes. You know, to avoid, you know, prosecution, or, you know, to avoid being accountable for anything.
Like, that was my speculation to avoid some of this stuff.
Mine too, Pam.
He moved the body, in my opinion. I'm just speculating, okay? I don't know any of these people.
You know, Bali, I heard, is a beautiful place, but it's no place that somebody just wants to just stay there. So if somebody goes somewhere and just stays there, then you know they are concerned, and they know that they did it. To me, when people fly somewhere to hide, even when people opt out, that's really admission of guilt when you think about it. Because you're basically saying, you got me. You got me real good. You got me real good. I'm out. I'm out. Where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign? That's what the fools do. They talk all that shit online. Excuse my language. I'm going off on a tangent again. I know. They talk all that crap online, and behind the scenes, y'all, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I'm still gonna keep it, you know, close to the chest for now, but you'd be surprised how these dudes are. You would be shocked. The Octal macho and everything, and yeah, I got it, and I'm winning, and all that kind of shit. But behind the scenes, they're sweating bullets. I'm telling you. Y'all know me by now. I don't talk shit all the time. You know it. They're sweating bullets. It ain't me. Ain't me that's making them do it. Ain't nobody else either. It's a position they put themselves in. Let me repeat that again. It's a position they put themselves in. I guarantee you, some of their friends are looking at them with pure honesty and concern and saying, why didn't you just stop? And they will never be truthful with you. They'll give you some excuse. Oh, they were coming after me. I didn't play that. Those clips just before this, just for that, because they cannot. The truth to some people is foreign. It doesn't mean anything to them. And it's funny because they're all like, oh, he's trying to do this. Oh, and he's trying to do that. All I was trying to do was exactly what I did, is get you in a place where truth has value. And instead of being 10 toes, you couldn't wait. You could not wait until you were served so you could sign that opt-out paperwork and send it in lickety-split. And, you know, if you went quiet or something, that would have been different. Like, okay, I understand, you know, that's okay. You know, the opt-out is a good option, you know. That's why they call it opt-out, you know, it's cool. But no, you had to go back online and talk shit. That's some cowardly shit right there. bragged about giving me all this paper. And when I gave you more paper, when I gave you a lot more paper, you opt out. I didn't opt out because I know I can win. Not only do I think I can win, but I think I can win and make you look stupid doing it. Don't worry though, you ain't getting this kind of when that the javelin drops, I'll be as professional as can be. But right now, the way you are fucking with women online, attacking them, attacking people that don't even know who the hell you are. That is cowardly. You should do yourself a favor, and I guarantee you life would get a lot better, is leave everybody alone and just mind your own business. Leave everyone alone. Leave black women alone and just mind your own freaking business. You're not going to get away with anything. Sooner or later, the chickens come home to roost. Here's a perfect example. Diddy. He's never getting out of jail. And I guarantee you, he was laughing at all his victims just like you were laughing. I bet he was having himself a good laugh. That Rich, DJ is a respectful alternative for the B word for men. Yeah, the accountability is a B word for men, really. That means a B word. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah. Oh, so I mean, the funny thing is, the best thing to do is usually the easiest thing to do, which is just show respect, you know, show maturity, but they can't do it. They just can't do it. You should have left black women alone. Just leave them alone. There's enough material out there with just black men. One every hour you can report on, oh, look at this fool. These two fools got in a fight. One of them deleted the other. Well, look, another one that happened. It's almost 4:58. It's 4:58 right now. Oh, at 5 o'clock, another brother. No, you want to try to punch down. They always tell you in litigation, your lawyers will always tell you, if you have lawyers, they will tell you to keep your mouth shut. And the reason why they tell their clients to keep their mouth shut is so their clients don't self-snitch. All I can say to those, I take Cash App, I take credit cards, and if the number's too big, I'll work out a payment plan for you. But sooner or later, and let me tell you, you guys could drag this on forever. But the chicken's going to come home to roost. The cat is out of the bag. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Diddy's saying the same shit right now. He's saying, God dang it. They got tape. Remember he was lying on Cassie, saying Cassie was full of shit and everything? Said he was going to countersue and all that kind of stuff. Then that tape hit. And then that tape hits. Tape hits hard. Welcome, Phoenix Soul in the house. Phoenix, it's good seeing you. Tonight's kind of like an impromptu thing. You saw something online, something, shoot me the link. I'll put it on. I'll put it on for a minute. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Sit down, get yourself pen and paper. And start writing out an agreement. And check your ego at the door. I mean, that's pretty much just, you know. Let's do something else now. Let me do something else. I'm going to go impromptu. Let's see. What you guys want to talk about tonight? What are you guys going to talk about tonight? What we want to talk about tonight? Let's go over maybe a little scene from an upcoming Wookiee thing. Upcoming Wookiee.
Guidance. Right. And then nurturing. I was going to make it regardless. Right. Believe me.
You had been around them enough, he and Damon, and been in that family enough.
Yeah.
You was going to go out there. You was going to carve your own way.
Yeah. But
Jim needed this opportunity in living color. When you're watching
and
him,
you credit not just Keenan, you got to credit Damon.
Damon, okay.
Because Damon did Earth Girls Are Easy with Jim Carrey, and they were friends.
Okay.
And Damon was like, yo, Keenan. Damon was Keenan's right-hand man. Okay. That's his lieutenant on Living Color.
Okay.
That was his right-hand man.
Okay.
Damon and then Kim. Kim was a soldier in that room, always writing her sketches. Everything Kim did, for the most part, she wrote and created. So you got Keenan was like, he's like, you got to trust me. This white boy is funny. He's like silly putty. He twists himself up. He could suck his own dick if he tried. It's white boy crazy. And Keenan was like, okay, let me see him. And then Jim went, and he had just, Hollywood didn't want him no more because he did this thing called Duck Soup that bombed, or Duck something, Duck Factory, and it bombed. And so they were cold on him.
Right now they're talking about Jim Carrey.
So the network didn't want him. And then Keenan saw Jim and the audition that Damon brought him to, and Damon was bigging him up. Keenan was like, he's hilarious. And then from there, he put him on, and he let Jim buck wild. And Living Color was a playground.
Yeah.
Keenan always said, don't just do what's on the script. He made us all writers. Have something in your back pocket, because when we do second take and third take, don't do the same thing. The audience can only hear the joke one time, and it's only get diminishing returns, so they want to hear something different. And so that's what we did. Keenan was a star maker, is what I'm saying.
The Wayans were like, man, Wayans, I mean, they were super talented. Well, they still are, but you know, they're behind the scenes now.
Did you know Jim could be what he became?
Yeah. I knew Jim could be what he became. I knew Jamie could be what he became. I knew Damon. I knew everybody on that set could become anything they wanted to be. Rosie Perez was the choreographer.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
For In Living Color. And Living Color was filled with great people, hand-picked people with good vibes and good energy and love. My family, we come to set, we hug each other. You see the love my family has. We have love. That's why I oftentimes when it comes to people and they talking their nonsense, they talking their shit. Listen, I try not to engage.
He's deep.
Right? Because I know I'm not about the goons and this and that. I got love. I got people that die for me, lots of them. Like, so, and I don't want to engage in that because I'm loved. So I'm loved enough to step back from it because I know if I'm in a fight, man, there's gonna be a lot of hands in there. You got the nephews, you got the cousins. There's a lot of Wayneses, and I just go, you know,
roll deep. Wayans do roll deep. That's definitely for sure.
But I'm loved. So when you get to a Wayne set, you feel love.
Yeah.
You see, we love each other.
Tommy said that. Tommy said every time you guys come on set, you hug each other, you kiss each other.
Yes.
He was like, damn, I wish I could have had that in my
And he
family.
did. He did in my family.
Yeah, from your, yeah.
In my family, Tommy comes on to this day. Tommy had a birthday party. I pulled up. I love him. I love all my tribe. I love them for life. They all of them will tell you, I show up. I show up. And when you come in our world, we love you. David Andre will tell you, we love. Period. Nobody ain't gotten. Only people that don't know us got something to say. But anybody that experienced us, like, they love.
Let's get.
Now, if we had enough men like, well, let me make sure I got the right one on the screen. If we had enough men like this, the community would be much better. Unfortunately, they would call him a simp. They would call him a simp. Shout out to Phoenix Soul, Conscious Mind Love, Brina West, Act Natural Under Pressure. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, and Die Rich. And Die Rich. Here we go.
In my family, Tommy comes on to this day. Tommy had a birthday party. I pulled up. I love him. I love all my tribe. I love them for life. They all of them will tell you, I show up. I show up. And when you come in our world, we love you. David Andre will tell you, we love. Period. Nobody ain't gotten. Only people that don't know us got something to say. But anybody that experienced us, like, they love.
Let's get back to Living Color. I didn't realize till we were researching this, In Living Color was only on 4 years.
Yeah.
That might have been the greatest 4-year run
ever
in the history.
Ever. That show should still be on. That was a staple. That should have been
like
an
Saturday Night
institution.
Live?
Yes. It's an institution. You know, what's funny is in Living Color, I think Damon and Keenan were inspired by Saturday Night Live. And I think Keenan was like, they never have me on. And Damon had just gotten fired from there. And he was like, all right, well, I'm going to take all this funny shit that I have. We're going to do it on this show. And he took all these funny, crazy sketches that they wouldn't let him do on SNL. And they did it on Living Color. And to this day, you know, I've never done SNL.
Really?
I've done Daily Show. Never. I guess I'm not hot enough. But, you know, I love the fact that, you know, I'm always going to be in Living Color alumni, right? And one day, sometimes I look at...
That is so deep. But we're going to go into something else. Oh, man. DDG turned out to be a straight up 304. Didn't he ever? I told you. What's the excuse this time, fellas? She was fit, feminine, friendly, extremely beautiful, superstar. So it comes right down to this. And it ain't got nothing to do with fit, feminine, submissive, all that other crap. It has nothing to do with it at all. Never did. It's just it was just another excuse. Another excuse for banditry to be performed. And he proved it. I mean, she is gorgeous. What? Ain't nobody white checking out for her. She could have had, I checked it out. She could have been married to at least 3 A-list Caucasian actors. But she stuck with her gun. She wanted her black man. And she got one. She got one. He irresponsibly made her pregnant. And now it's time for him to go. And you want to know something weird? He did that before. Exactly, Phoenix Soul. I heard Disney more than likely has pulled back from her. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. They needed just a couple more years of wholesomeness out of her. And unfortunately, associating herself with DDG pretty much blew that up. Yeah, DDG, aka SBM, same black male. Let's see what Chrissy has to say. Here we
Quick
go.
reminder to women about the importance of reputation and avoiding men who have more to lose than
You know
do.
what's
And
the thing about Hallie? She definitely, I don't know how people, because there's this new war going around with exoticals against this and that, and that Hallie is so beautiful. She could be whatever group she want to be in. Whatever group she want to be in, she can be in there. And she's extremely talented. They're gonna let her pass. Oh well, we don't know. You got two black parents. No, she can pass. She can pass. Let her go through. She just got off the set with Disney. She's doing all right.
in this video, I'll be using DDG and Halle Bailey as an example. As many of you know, DDG recently announced their breakup on Instagram, and people are saying it's
DDG is a perfect example of getting exactly what you want and still fucking that over. Getting exactly everything a man would dream about, including men of other races would dream about, and showing absolutely no appreciation for it.
prank, and DDG often does pranks like this. But even if it's a prank, which I don't think it is, but even if it is, that just shows his lack of respect and lack of regard for Halle. Because why would you play like that? And I know he's young, both he and Halle are young, but sir, you have a child now. It's time to be a man and stop acting like a little boy doing these pranks.
He's got he's got two children because he did somebody else the exact same way.
Entire duration of this relationship, DDG has been embarrassing Halle. He's been oversharing, talking too much publicly about her in general. He's been doing way too much, in my opinion. And just remember, ladies, when a man is not on your level socially or financially, in this case, DDG, he's not broke, but he's also not on Halle's level socially. So when that is the case, they have a lot less to lose. So they're not going to be concerned with protecting your image, especially if there's some underlying jealousy of your success. Which
Exactly. Yeah, DDG is a career wrecking ball. You know, I heard he's done pretty well on his own, and I hope he doesn't try to do some crap where he wants to take money from Halle. He's already taken money from Halle. I mean, more money. I hope he just goes about his business, you know, whatever it is. I really wish I was wrong about him. I really do. You know something? I would respect him more. I wouldn't be so critical of him if he didn't put a baby in Halle. He did that to control her. He did that to control her. He did that so now he can just show up anytime now. That's ladies, if you don't know why they do that, that's one of the reasons. It's dudes trap women. It's not the other way around. Dudes know how to leave. They just leave. Women can't leave because women are usually taking care of the kids. So who's trapping who? Do you know how many stories I have done on this channel that have been beautifully programmed and set up by my friends in the background about young ladies who moved on, found a new man who accepted her child, and the baby daddy come around and delete both of them. I can't even keep up with the numbers. It's because he thought he had ownership forever. He thought he had ownership forever. And I guarantee you, DDG, as nice as he might seem right now, even though he does all those that nasty shit in the background and says that crummy rap that nobody liked. I just hope he doesn't get any worse. I hope he just lets her go completely. The best thing he can do for her is leave her completely alone. As stated in this video, you should just left black women alone. Why are there so many single mothers? Ask DDD. Ask DDG. Ask him. Ask Cam. Ask Mr. Tesla. Ask him why there's so many single mothers. Oh, you don't ask those. Oh, they're sorry, my bad. They're your friends. Ask Future. Ask Kevin. He made a single mother. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, but he was so dipping into black women about being single mothers when he did the same shit too.
I suspect is there with DDG as it pertains to Hallie. That's why he keeps blabbing and running his mouth about Hallie on these podcasts, and Hallie is staying quiet. It's not an equal relationship dynamic. They're not equal socially, and DDG knows that. And when men know that you're too good for them, or they know other people.
Look how beautiful she is. Beaming beautiful. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's not a bad looking dude, but he's ugly in the inside.
Think you're too good for them and they know they have less to lose than you do, they are extremely careless, and in many cases they'll attempt to bring your image, your reputation, and your social status down with theirs. And this is not to say that Hallie is perfect at all. She definitely embodies the good girl archetype and she benefits from the halo effect, and I think we the public project our quote-unquote good girl expectations onto her, and that's because
no I mean, she's right, but man, I mean, let me play this one too. Let me play this one here too.
Engaged? Are you going to be engaged?
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
It's not really like a we just
This guy has a fucking kid. Eventually. See, this is the thing. People are out there, oh, you're talking black male hate speech. You're talking. I don't have to. All I got to do is play the tape. One of your icons, or whatever you want to call him, is saying he never want to get married. That's what he's saying. So other people are going to figure out that, well, black men don't want to get married. Why didn't you black men want to get married? Oh, there's not any good choice. Well, look what DDG got. He loves them to death still. No, it's not the women, fellas. If you go, I tell you what you should do. Go at night in front of a well-lit window and tell me what you see in the glare. How do you F up with the Little Princess or the Little Mermaid? These guys have no appreciation for women at all. I think he really, quite honestly, I think he's going to fall into that pocket, that DD pocket. I guarantee you, something's going to come out. I guarantee you.
So I'm being embarrassed right now.
Why did your voice just change? What's your last name?
It's Granberry.
Granberry?
Like cranberry with a G though.
Granberry?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that as the last name. When you get married, is your girlfriend gonna take your last name?
Of course.
Really?
Wow.
Like maybe you could take hers?
No. Oh, you think I should take hers?
Mm-hmm. I do. I think you should consider it.
My son got my last name.
Oh no, you can change it.
Oh gosh, you know we was gonna have to get into the DDG and Halle Bailey situation. It is like another one bites the dust, but I think we all kind of knew it. I just feel like as Black women, I want to say we, but y'all really got to stop having these people babies without getting a ring. But
I mean, really, it's the man's fault that happened, but I understand where she's coming from. But you know what I feel? The dude spoke some, sweet nothings, and then he thought about it and said, it ain't no bigger. This is how men think, really. I'm telling you right now how we think. What he's thinking is, so what if she gets pregnant? I won't be around to take care of the kid anyway. That's what he's thinking. That's exactly what he's thinking. And then he's also thinking, wow, you know something? That means I get to go, I get to come back for seconds, even if she gets married. I'm telling you, that's how he thinks. That's how men like him think. I'm telling you, that's how they think.
I'll say we as Black women, we just got to stop doing that. Then, of course, it's going to be somebody in the comments, oh, everybody doesn't want to get married, doesn't want to get married. But like I heard somebody else say, then go to get an egg donor or whatever. That really don't be the truth. Y'all just feel like the man not going to marry you or whatever. But let's get into it. Of course, this video is just my commentary. Nothing is to be taken as facts. It's just my opinion. And when I say we're going to get right into it, we're going to get right into it. First of all, I think DD, I'm not even.
I mean, basically, you know what I mean here. But I didn't, I went an hour over what I thought I was going to do tonight. Today was supposed to be a short clip. I wanted to tell all those ladies out there that have dudes trying to strike their channels, don't worry. Things will change. May not be as soon as you want it to, but it makes me angry. And if you remember this old movie back in the day, it was called Predator. It was a sci-fi movie. It was and Bill Duke was in there. And there was this scene with Bill Duke. In fact, let me pull up Bill Duke. Hold on. This is a long time ago. Bill Duke. Should I risk my channel? Bill Duke. I think this is it right here. This is Bill Duke. He's gonna have him some fun. Remember that line when he started losing it? And he started going after the predator, right? He goes, I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. Because he was singing the lyrics to a song, right? You know? Singing the lyrics. You know? Bill Duke, let me see. Let me see if it comes up. Yeah, here we go. Go get him, get him.
Long tall Sally. She's built sweet. She got everything that Uncle John needs. Oh, baby.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna have me some fun.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna have me some fun.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.